Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miami Minute, where we cover my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins defeated the Raiders 34-19 to improve to 4-6 and keep their slim playoff hopes alive. This was a really great game for Tua, who went 28 of 36 for 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devon Achane had 73 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. And then Johnny Smith, 6 receptions, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the touchdown that sealed the game for the Dolphins. On the other side, Gardner Minshew had 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Jacoby Myers actually led the way rushing. He had 1 carry for 20 yards, but that should kind of tell you how poor the Raiders offense was at rushing. Then Brock Bowers, absolute monster game. Future star, I guess current star, future best tight end in the league, Brock Bowers, 13 receptions, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. So just, solid game for the Dolphins, a win they desperately needed, like I said, to have any hope of making the playoffs. You have to win these games against teams that on paper, are better than. They had a similar record to the Raiders coming in, only 1 more win than them, but I think most people kind of assume that the Dolphins are a better team than the Raiders. They were really held back by Tua being injured. Now he's back. So Tua gets his 3rd win on the season for the Dolphins. Again, keeps hope alive for them. I thought this was a game that the Dolphins, even though the score wasn't, crazy in the Dolphins' favor, they dominated in a lot of ways. The time of possession between the two teams was crazy. The Dolphins had 33 minutes, 12 seconds. The Raiders 26:48. But the Dolphins started this game off with 8-minute drive after 8-minute drive, getting touchdowns, field goals. And then in the 4th quarter, they opened the offense up. They got long touchdowns. They were able to seal the game. But, I think they kind of used these long drives in the beginning of the game to wear down the Raiders' defense so that when we got to the end of the game, while there were still long drives, it also allowed for the Dolphins to have explosive plays and for the Raiders to be out of position. And that 57-yard touchdown by Johnny Smith is a great example of that. So Dolphins, they faced a lot of too high safety looks. In fact, on the broadcast, they said that they're the team that has faced it the most this season, which is unsurprising with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill as their 2 wide receivers. But they kind of figured out, okay, we're just going to take what the defense gives us. We're going to be methodical. We're going to use these short passes, these short runs to break down the defense, and then we'll get the explosive plays. So if the Dolphins can play like this going forward, they have every opportunity to make the playoffs. They're playing the Patriots next week. They could be 5-6 headed into Green Bay, who nearly lost to Chicago today. So there's a lot of reason to hope as a Dolphins fan. I know, I always get into this trouble of being too optimistic about the Dolphins, but as of right now, at 4:38 on November 17th, 2024, I'm once again optimistic that the Dolphins can make a push and at least have an interesting rest of the season. If you are a Dolphins fan, let me know your thoughts on this game. What'd you like? What didn't you like? How are you feeling about the rest of the season? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next one.